The American deer hunter usually views the bolt-action rifle as a solved science. We genuinely think the design was perfected over a century ago with the Mauser 98 and the Springfield 1903. While domestic manufacturers have spent the last 100 years prioritizing cost efficiency and mass production, a parallel evolution has been happening in Europe, giving birth to a class of modular, high-precision instruments that completely defy traditional bolt-action geometry. The industry has intentionally kept these European advancements in the shadows because they'd rather sell you the same rotating bolt design your grandfather carried. Today, we are tearing up that script. We are looking at the top 5 European deer rifles that the American market doesn't know about. You might be shocked to learn that one contender on this list uses a revolutionary ball-bearing locking system that makes a standard 3-lug bolt look like a museum antique. Let's get into it.
Starting off at number 5 is the Schultz & Larsen Victory. This Danish rig is the stubborn old craftsman who refuses to use power tools. In an era where everyone is stamping out plastic and rushing cold hammer-forged arrows, these guys are still using traditional cut rifling. I've seen guys punch 0.35-inch clusters at 100 yards with this 7.9-pound workhorse, proving that old-school methods still dominate. It features a switch barrel architecture that lets you swap calibers in under 2 minutes using just 2 hex screws. The reality check here is that the receiver is literally just a housing, allowing for consistent performance that production turnbolts just can't touch. It delivers a silky smooth bolt throw that earns its spot as a true connoisseur's tool.
Stepping away from Danish tradition and into pure mechanical speed, we have the Rosler Titan 6 at number 4.
While most hunters obsess strictly over barrel quality, this Austrian system is all about lock time. It's the equivalent of a stripped-down track car, built for speed and zero hesitation. The lock time is a blistering 1.7 milliseconds, which is nearly 35% faster than a standard Remington 700. That means the bullet is out of the barrel before your body even has a chance to flinch and pull the shot off target.
By using an asymmetric 6-lug bolt that locks straight into the barrel extension, they were able to run a hard anodized aluminum receiver that drops the weight to a highly mobile 6.4 pounds. You get a short 60-degree bolt lift that clears massive optics and lets you run the gun incredibly fast for follow-up shots. If you want to change calibers, a 5mm hex wrench gets the job done in about 10 minutes. It's the perfect rig for the guy who wants custom alpine performance across 31 different calibers without paying a hand-engraved premium.
If the Titan 6 is a track car, our next rifle is a high-end Swiss watch. At number 3 sits the Strasser RS14 Evolution. This Austrian powerhouse takes toolless modularity to an absolute extreme. Other switch barrel systems force you to drag a torque wrench to the range, but Strasser hid everything you need right inside the chassis. There is a small hex wrench tucked inside the removable trigger assembly. You just pop it out, give the integrated clamping lever a 1/3 turn, and your barrel is free.
Their patented system applies the exact same clamping force every single time. You can swap from a 300 blackout for tight brush to a 300 Win mag for cross-canyon shots, and your optic returns to perfect zero. The trigger is diamond-like carbon-coated, offering 3 different pull weights, and features a single set function that drops the break to a feather-light 6 ounces. It weighs 7.3 pounds and handles 22 different calibers. It is the ultimate one-gun solution for the guy who travels across continents and refuses to check a massive case full of different rifles.
Leaving Austrian engineering behind, we head into the thick brush with a French straight pull. Coming in hot at number 2 is the Chapuis Rolls. This rifle feels like it was built by upland bird hunters who suddenly decided to go after big game. It handles with the natural balance and intuition of a fine shotgun, featuring a slim, straight comb and an open radius grip. When you are on a driven hunt and a target breaks out of the thicket at full speed, this rig points faster than you can think. But don't let the elegant handling fool you. The locking system is an absolute beast. Instead of standard steel lugs, the bolt head uses a ring of 7 metal petals that contract to create a massive 260-degree bearing surface. It is rated to handle pressures up to 123,000 psi, which is nearly double the pressure of a standard .308 Winchester. It tips the scales around 7 pounds and features a manual cocking slide on the rear of the bolt carrier, so the firing pin spring is only under tension when you are actively ready to neutralize the threat. With a trigger that breaks like thin glass at 2 pounds, it is a lightning-fast premium instrument.
And finally, taking the absolute crown at number 1 is a machine with Olympic DNA, the Heim SR30. You've waited long enough. This German masterpiece isn't just a rifle. It is the absolute pinnacle of straight-pull engineering and completely throws traditional bolt-action geometry in the trash. Designed by Peter Fortner Jr., the man legendary for creating the lightning-fast mechanisms used in Olympic biathlon rifles, the SR30 uses a revolutionary ball-bearing locking system. It doesn't use traditional steel locking lugs. Instead, the bolt head is surrounded by 6 heavy-duty ball bearings. When you push that handle forward, an internal plunger forces those bearings outward into a deep radial groove machined into the receiver. That gives you a 360-degree abutment surface that distributes ignition forces perfectly symmetrically.
Because of that design, it is fundamentally faster than a turn bolt. There is no lifting, pulling, pushing, and locking down. It's just a linear motion, straight back, straight forward. You never have to break your cheek weld, and your eye stays glued to the glass for a perfect sight picture between shots. Safety is handled by a manual cocking system built right into the handle. Push it fully forward to compress the firing pin spring, or pull it back to the neutral position to decock it completely. Weighing in at roughly 8 pounds of all-steel construction, it's heavier than the Titan 6 or the Strasser, but that mass eats recoil for breakfast and provides unmatched reliability. Every single action is tested to handle 30% more pressure than the legal maximum, and it's guaranteed to print 20mm groups before it even leaves the factory floor. It successfully merges Olympic-level speed with a locking system that is among the strongest ever devised for a shoulder-fired weapon. That is exactly why it earns the top spot.
So there you have it.
European precision isn't just for the alpine elite anymore. The game has shifted from just carrying a single tool to running a modular system that handles whatever the modern hunt throws at you. These 5 rigs prove that you do not have to sacrifice speed to get accuracy, and you don't have to give up strength for modularity. I want to know where you stand. Would you actually trust a ball-bearing lockup on a massive trophy buck, or are you sticking with your grandfather's traditional 3-lug bolt? Sound off in the comments below. If you want firearms breakdowns built on verified specs and actual field performance instead of recycled marketing copy, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, shoot straight, and I'll catch you downrange.